Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Sunshine Acres. Jason here. A little bit different video today. We're going to hit the road. I've got the splitter on the truck, and we're going to go answer Facebook Marketplace posting for free firewood. It's about 20 minutes from here. Looked like a decent pile. I'm not sure what species, but I don't know if I want to be doing this all the time, but I think we'll give it a shot on this one and just kind of keep our eyes and ears open. It is nice. It's already cut and looks like it's in pretty good shape, so I know the effort it takes to get to that point. So we'll go check it out and see how it goes. Come along. All right, so this is what we got. Decent little pile here. So we are going to get this processed and get it going for these folks. Okay, got done there probably about 45 minutes, I guess. I had kind of low expectations for this trip, and I think those expectations were met. Quality, I mean, typical. I mean, if you're taking trees down your yard, there's probably something wrong with them, at least somewhat. So, I mean, there were some punky spots, some insects in some of them. So I think we've got enough to probably get, at least one, face cord out of it. Probably more than that. We're just going to have to be careful. Some of it just needs to probably get thrown away and kind of go through it a little bit. So, glad we're saving most of it and go from there. The other thing I don't like getting other, people's wood like that is I like that it is cut, but it wasn't cut by me. So, it's a little off. I mean, the dimensions are a little bit off. Some I like to be right at 16 inches for all our stuff. Some of it's a little shorter, some of it's a little longer. So we'll work with it. So I don't know. We'll take a look at it once we get it unloaded and go from there. But mild success, I guess, is where I'm heading with this. So I wouldn't say I'll never do it again, but we'll definitely try to be selective if we make these trips. So we're going to take it to the house and unload. Okay, so we're in day 2 of this video now. I had to take care of some other things yesterday afternoon, but we did get this load home. Call it from the Facebook Marketplace Rescue. Looking at it in the truck, I mean, it's not the highest quality, but I mean, it's okay. It's good to go. So yeah, we'll run that in there. Stack it up. You can see behind me here, that first run is right at 4 feet. So that's exactly a face cord. I think we can get another foot on top of that. So I'm gonna load the top first and then see how far we get up on the second run. So if we do that and get up to 3 feet, we'll have at least a face cord out of this run, which is, I think we'll exceed that a little bit, but that makes it worthwhile. Like if we got one full truckload, all said and done, this is probably 2 hours worth of work. So that'll be ready to sell for the fall of 2024. But yeah, we'll get stacking here in a minute. But I do want to bring up one other YouTube channel we watch is Outdoors with the Morgans, and I was watching Mike Morgan this morning, and he's very similar situation to what we're doing. Obviously, if you're not familiar with that channel, check them out, but they are a huge YouTube channel. He actually does that full time. That's his living. That's not the case here at Sunshine Acres, but we do a lot of similar things. And he retired a couple years ago. He's a few years older than I am, but retired to kind of do the same thing, be out in the woods, work on his equipment. Does a ton of firewood. He has a sawmill as well, and working on that kind of stuff. But he was talking on his episode today about retiring, and he could have stayed at his job. I think he worked for a gas company or something like that. And he said it was easy. And what he does now since he's retired is actually harder, but it's more fulfilling. And it just kind of struck a nerve with me, or it hit home is probably a better way to phrase it. And I mean, I've been retired now for right at 3 months, and I can see the mind shift that I have already. I've calmed down a lot. I'm sleeping better. Some of my anxieties are not nearly what they used to be, and hopefully that'll continue. I know we're early on in this transition, but so far it's just been fantastic. And Mike was talking about on his video, how things may have been easier working at that corporate job, and they're harder now, but he feels better. He feels active. He's moving all the time. He talks about being up from 5 in the morning till doing stuff at 9 o'clock at night, and just always having something to do. And that's how we always feel out here. I mean, there's always something to do, whether it's property maintenance or equipment or building. There's always something to do. So we like doing that. And this is just another prime example. Most people aren't getting up first thing on a Monday morning, going to a stranger's house and splitting firewood in their backyard. But it got me out of bed, got me doing something active, got sweat a little bit, got moving around. And here we go. Now we got something that we can sell for next year. So it's good exercise. It's good for my mind, my body, the soul, all that. So just wanted to get you up to speed on that. And come along, we're going to stack some wood. All right, so that's it for this guy. I mean, we're definitely over 3 feet, just a little bit. I thought we would have got a hair more in there, but so definitely got a full face cord out of that trip. I think you can see in the camera a little bit. This firewood just doesn't look as good. It's not as uniform as you can see what we split behind there. And that's because, we talked about that earlier. You're at the mercy of somebody else cutting. They're not cutting exactly 16 inches like we like to. So we got a little bit of length variation in there, and quality is probably not as good as I would like it to be. So we're going to be conscious of that once we get to this spot selling next year, whether this goes on our own fire pit or mix it in a little bit with some other loads. But yeah, I don't think I would sell that to somebody to burn inside their house per se. So we'll try to find a fire pit for that to go into, and it has good purpose. I mean, I'm not saying that it has no value, but definitely want to be a little careful with that. So that's it. Yeah, we'll call that a urban firewood rescue, I guess. And expectations were pretty low, and I think they were met. So I'm not ruling this out as something we would do in the future, but definitely try to be selective at it. And as we probably become in contact with more tree service type folks, I think we can develop relationships to where we find a little better material than this. But we'll keep working at it. But still, it was a good, like I said earlier, it's a good workout. Got me out of bed on a Monday morning to go and get this stuff. And that's all good. So I don't know, leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. Is this even worth saving at all, or should we scrap that for a fire pit and move on? I'm kind of on the fence really, but Yeah, let us know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button, do leave a comment, hit subscribe, tell your mama, tell your friends, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.